Alright, Mr. Simple Biz Guy, let's start the show.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the SimpleBiz360 podcast. My name is Jeff Mason. I'm your host on this 5-minute adventure, and we can be found at SimpleBiz360.com, 28 listening platforms for this podcast, and YouTube and Rumble TV. We also have a book out on Amazon. You can get it through our website. It's called SimpleBiz360 Timeless Business Tools in paperback, audio, or Kindle. So today gives me a real pleasure. I want to talk about just shifting the mindset, and I call it flipping the formula for better results. So really taking a formula that was company-centric, flipping it so it's customer-centric. So I'm going to rewind the clock to a mission I had in 1989 that started back then. And my mission was to grow the company's business. And how we were going to do that was to go after some untapped markets that required us to go to the college level, hire college graduates, and really create a sales training program, put them through a program, and really drive the doubling of our company size on the backs of college graduates to come out and go into this untapped market. So, long story short, I'm at Drexel University, and when you're recruiting at colleges through the Career Placement Center on these interview days, you have basically 12 30-minute interviews. So long story short, I had one of my students just not show up. So I'm kind of eavesdropping, and I'm listening over the top of the cubicles to these other companies: DuPont, Dow Chemical, Dow Paper, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Bausch & Lomb, all these big companies, right? And I'm realizing, wow, they're all doing the same thing, and I'm doing this too. They have a 25-5 formula for this 30 minutes. 25 minutes they talk about the company, and the last 5 minutes they actually ask the students some questions. And the questions were always the same. Why did you pick Drexel University? Why did you pick your major? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It was like, the same everywhere. And I'm doing this too. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to get anywhere against these big companies. I need to flip the script. I need to focus 25 minutes on the student, 5 minutes on the company. I can always give them a leave behind packet, right? So I go out and do some research. I'm really energized by my thought process that day. And I find these behavioral example interview questions from Northwestern University and Dartmouth. So I kind of combine these articles I read about Dartmouth and Northwestern, and I create this interview program that basically, if they go full tilt with us, right, before they get a job offer, it's 3 interviews, it's 60 questions, and it's all behavioral example interview questions. Give you a quick example. Hey, college student, potential graduate, what's the best piece of advice you ever got? Oh, my dad told me, blah, blah, blah. Great. Give me a couple examples of how you use that to change an outcome. And now you're asking them to give you examples, right? So anyway, I start, floating out these letters and, hey, we'd like to hire you. And I'm getting some really good candidates that are saying, yep, I want to be part of the company, Mr. Mason. Long story short, in 2 years, we did double the size of the company from $5.5 million to $12.5 million. And I did hire 65 college graduates and put him through a program. But it was one young man that when he accepted the job offer from me, he said, Mr. Mason, I said to him, I know you got tons of job offers from other companies. He goes, oh yeah, I got a bunch. I said, what made you choose our company? He says, Mr. Mason, it's simple. You showed genuine interest in me, and the other companies didn't. And so, folks, I've taken that lesson forward, and I've plugged it into the customer service, mindset, to customer satisfaction mindsets. And I've never forgot that lesson, that the customers, just like that young man, want us to show genuine interest. They want us to ask them questions about their business to find out what they like, dislike, or what they'd love to have done differently. They want us to talk in terms of the real benefits to them. Remember, we're selling perceptions, opinions. We're selling experiences. They want us to actually understand what it is they want. What's the radio station they listen to? WIIFM. Remember that radio station? And so they want us. And if we can do this, just like I did there, I got out of that sandbox where everyone else was playing, and I created my own sandbox using those 30 minutes valuably. And that's what I did. I created a new sandbox and went after my mission with this new and fresh sounding sandbox. And you can do the same in your business if you focus on the customer as the center point. So we're going to have some fun with this song today. We're going to leave you with a 1963 hit from the Crystals, kind of kicked off the all-girl group singing quartets, if you will. And this one is called Dad Do Ron Ron. So enjoy it, and we will see you in 168 hours.